Now, there is a lot going on in life in general, and a lot of pregnancies coming up right, left, and center. And so today we're going to be talking about something very particular. We'll say it in passing. So please be careful to get all the points as we go along. Miscarriages are becoming a very, very common thing. Stillbirths are becoming a very, very common thing. I think, I don't know, sometimes the medication just doesn't work. Sometimes you're stressed and life is hitting you 1,000 different ways and you can't really get yourself to a situation where you are comfortable enough, and then your baby, unfortunately, doesn't carry through. We've seen a lot of people coming out and telling us their sad stories about their miscarriages, including a very popular TikToker who said it, I think, a week ago. Her name is, she's the girl who does the Russian thing, Russian sugar baby. Yes, that girl, very popular TikToker and YouTuber, literally came out and said that about 8 weeks ago, she lost, it was 8 weeks old. The pregnancy was 8 weeks old, and unfortunately, she did end up losing the baby. So, how do you deal with your miscarriage? How do you cope with the anxiety of a new pregnancy now that you had had a miscarriage in the past? By the way, if you have, we really do sympathize and empathize with you, and we hope that you're doing okay, because it's a tough thing. You have lost a child, and for the rest of your life, you will have that memory of that child being your child that you never got to hold in your hand. So that's super sad. But here are some things to cope now that you are about to be pregnant, or you just found out you're pregnant with your second child. Number one, always set some milestones, because oftentimes you take away the good stuff. You forget how many things that happened. You don't celebrate the small little things. For example, you've just had your first scan at 12 weeks. Yeah? How amazing is that? Celebrate that milestone like it's nothing else. You've just heard your baby's first kick or felt your baby's first kick. Another milestone. You've just gone into hospital and you heard your baby's heartbeat. Milestone. All of these little joys can be very helpful, that even if maybe worse comes to worse again, you still have the memories of this amazing, beautiful journey that you had through your pregnancy. And if it feels like weeks is a long time, celebrate every day. Today you woke up feeling nauseous. Oh my God, I have the ability to foster a child inside me and I am feeling nauseous. It's something to be celebrating, or be angry about it because, oh my God, this child is giving me acid reflux. What is happening? You know, find a way to acknowledge the milestones and celebrate them and set them as you go.
I think a whole part of having a child, especially after a miscarriage, is just always feeling an impending sense of doom, like it's going to happen again. We're not quite sure what causes miscarriages in most cases. Sometimes it's spontaneous, sometimes it's the food we're eating. So, as in, a lot
Could have
of
had a
things
random medicine.
could factor
Yeah.
into you having a miscarriage. So you're never quite sure what to eat, what to avoid. Do I stop working completely? So it's really a lot, and you're always just, it might happen again. So it's very important for you to have a support system. Always carry them with you when you're going for scans, when you're going everywhere, especially when you're going to check on the milestones. Because let me tell you, the anxiety during those scans, when they're looking for the heartbeat, it is really not for the weak. It is really, really not for the weak. Because wanaweza tafuta hapa sema, hayuko hapa. And sometimes they will look for this child, kumbe it's all over uku kwa your ribs, as in it's just been traveling. It's really a lot. So just have a support system, have somebody you can count on for emotional support, and yeah.
Difficult questions like, is this your first baby now that you're pregnant? Or is this your second? Oh, okay. These questions can be very difficult. So try as much as you can to be ready to respond to upsetting questions. Because every time, for instance, you lost your first baby and now you're pregnant with another one. For you, these are two children. And there will always be two children to you, regardless of whether or not one is not here with us. And therefore, when someone asks you, wow, congratulations, this is your first baby, and starts to now jam the information, oh my God, this and this and this and this is going to happen, or they're just asking you politely, but they don't know what you're going through. it can be very, very difficult. And especially when you go for these classes, like I know nowadays there's a lot of like Lamaze classes at different hospitals where you can actually go and they teach you how to, you know, the birthing process and all of these things that you're supposed to be ready for. So when you get there and other moms are like, oh my God, is this your first? Is this your first? Is this your first? It can be very painful. So if it becomes too difficult for you to deal with, just let it go. You'd rather find someone else, your gynecologist, your obstetrician, to be the person who you talk to, as opposed to going to these places where they kind of, you know, inflict more pain by asking you difficult questions, and you're probably still dealing with the loss of your child.
True.
So be ready for them, but if it becomes too much, you can always walk away. You don't need to be there.
And also talk to other moms. Let me tell you, I isolated myself during my pregnancy, and I don't know why. It's just something that comes naturally for me. When I'm going through something, I'll just shut down everything else and deal with it. When I'm done dealing with it, I can now come up and like, hi, how are you? You guys are good. But talk to other moms, because you then realize you're not the only one who's going through these things. Other people are experiencing the same things you are going through. Some are having it worse, and you're like, well, I sympathize with the situation. Thank God I'm not going through what you're going through. So just talk to many different moms. It could be the yoga class, the Lamaze class, the gym. Kama ni kwa ploti, hata kama upendi huyo mama, anza tu kuongea naye. As in, just talk to other moms, and then you'll realize that you're not as isolated and you're not going through a weird thing. Other people are actually experiencing what you're experiencing.
Yeah, absolutely. And because of the fact that you're constantly panicking now that you've had a traumatic experience during pregnancy, you obviously have constant questions. You unasikia a little pain through your rectum, it is a problem. You're just like, wow, what is going on? I need help. Try and have a doctor on call, like I just mentioned, an OB or a gynecologist or an obstetrician, so that you're able to like at least contact them, and whenever you have these questions, that contact them, because oftentimes it's the guilt of, I felt it but I didn't ask, and now I don't have the baby, it's my fault. That guilt, oh my God, it can be overpowering. And therefore, asking these questions, as silly as they may sound, afadhali uambiwe, ai hata wewe unakuwa too much, but ukuomeuliza, ask that question. Ask midwives, ask, as Turia said, your neighbor who is also pregnant or has like 5 children or even 1 child. Just find people who you can ask these questions so you're not feeling like you're too alone. If you are panicking and you're feeling something's wrong, consult a doctor, book an appointment, enda tu uangaliwe ukwe tu uko sawa. Because unfortunately, if you don't go and anything happens, you will blame yourself for the rest of your life. Therefore, ask. Silly as they may be, ask.
Exactly. And also, there's this thing that comes naturally when you're pregnant, which is called nesting, where you feel the need to make everything around you neat as you're preparing for this child. So you'll be inclined to clean more, to organize more, but please do not overdo it. Because once you become a neat freak, a control freak, it just triggers anxiety with you. So as much as you're nesting in preparation for your child, be careful not to overdo it.
And even more importantly, it's okay not to be okay. You feel like rubbish, just feel it. Feel your feelings. Sometimes when you accept that you feel horrible, it actually makes you feel a little better. I don't know, it's counterintuitive, but it actually does work out that way. If you're feeling happy, feel happy. If you're feeling lazy, feel lazy. Feel your feelings. If you're hurting, feel the hurt and kind of get over it. Because guess what? At the end of the day, it's okay not to be okay.
Very true, very true. And we hope you have actually learned something from this. Is that all we had? Do we have more?
We have a lot more to go, but
Like
I
what?
think, well, actually, we have like 3 more to go. Don't forget to take care of yourself, as Turi has mentioned. Like, keep a diary, try and get to meditation. Whatever makes you happy, do it. If it's a quick walk up and down the stairs, you don't have to go too far, do it as well. Find support for each other through your partner. If you are with your parents and you're at home with your parents, try and find support through them. Like, find support as many places and with as many people as you possibly can, because the talking helps you like breathe through it and kind of get over it. And if you're feeling, unajua sometimes wasemanga wale wa mama wanazalishanga watu, you know the local mamas, yeah,
Midwives.
the ones that help. Yes, those are the ones called midwives. So if you have a midwife, talk to them, try and get information from them and try and consult as much as you can, because this is technically, again, a new child, and every child comes with a different way. Every pregnancy apparently is usually different. So take it as it comes your way. That's our show. My name is Kathomi Kathomi. Until tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.
My name is Turife, and I'll see you tomorrow.